finally Chevrolet get into the hybrid game with the Malibu sedan. And it's about time too. In case you didn't know, Chevrolet would like you to know it is a hybrid. Hybrid there, and hybrid here. And in case you forget, so let's talk a little bit about the Malibu styling. Conservative rear end, these gaudy graphics are not going to come with the standard car, so don't worry about that. Big rear doors here, good for getting in and out, lots of exit and entry. And coming to the front here, you've got to watch your head on this rather steeply raked door. Coming to the front, it's a very nice shape and curve to it. Kind of conservative headlights, but I really do like this grille. It is plastic, it is not steel, but it looks pretty good. So all in all, it's a very handsome looking car. And so this is the business end of the Malibu Hybrid. Unfortunately, not really a lot to look at. It's just bloody great big plastic panel here. Underneath, it's a 2.4 litre engine developing 164 horsepower. When you factor in the electric motor, then there's a total of 169 horsepower available in total. But once again, not really a lot to see. It's important to remember that the Chevrolet Malibu is not a true hybrid. It's what's termed as a mild hybrid, which means that the electric motor is designed to primarily activate and start the engine once the gasoline engine has switched off. And so to boring things like cargo capacity, one thing I do like is this strap here, good for kids or women to pull the thing down. 15.1 litres of luggage space, and unlike a lot of hybrids, not compromised by the big batteries that take up the space. So not bad, but not really impressive. First thing you've got to do is watch your head when you get into this rear seat here, because the roofline is a bit low, but otherwise good leg room, even with the seat fully extended backwards. Good shoulder room, good arm room, but there's a lack of a center armrest, which is not a good idea. I think it's a bit cheap there, GM. So the interior of the Malibu reminds me of a Lexus from about 1995, I'd say. I really like the twin cowl design here, but the plastics are a bit hard. The seats found them very supportive both in the passenger and the driver, but there is no heated function on this. I don't know if that will be available. And you do get this nice two-tone finish, lighter on top, darker below. Switch gear is very good. It's large, so if you have gloves in our cold Canadian winters, you can still use it. Nice use of metal here, and this is all finished really nicely, and you've got a nice wide center armrest here, which does help on those long drives. First things first, watch out for the low roof line when you're getting in and out. Otherwise, the cabin feels really good for the driver. You really do feel at ease here. There's a nice large steering wheel, very nice, easy to read gauges there, auto climate control and XM radio, everything you need. I do like my blue collar radio, but as I said before, there is no heated seats in this car, and I wonder why. So one thing I do find useless but very pretty in this car is the way when you do the ignition, the dials do a little dance and then they come back to rest. Useless, but pretty. So let's take this puppy out for a spin. Not your mummy Chevrolet. First impressions driving the Chevrolet Malibu. Well, it's a quite refined ride. There's a lack of harshness, but there's that soft, wallowy feel that you always seem to get with American sedans in particular. Don't forget, these cars are tuned more for comfort than sportly handling. The steering on this is a little bit lifeless. There isn't a great deal of road feel. It's good for the highway, driving around town, but if you're thinking of doing any kind of sporty driving, forget it. This car is not designed for that. Now, in terms of the hybrid power plant, this is how it works. A hybrid power plant usually has a smaller gasoline engine, an electric motor and a battery. Now what happens is the electric motor and battery combined start the car, get it going, and then the gasoline engine kicks in. That's usually how it works. You know that the usually small displacement engines combined with electric motors are not really designed for high performance. The Malibu does have an acceptable range of acceleration. It's not going to win any awards or any 0 to 60 times, but it's there when you need it, but it's not up to the competitors. However, in the case of hybrid mild vehicles, the electric motor and battery actually start the car, get it running, then they cut out. And so you can't really get much speed. It's maybe about 5 kilometers per hour or something. Whereas a true hybrid, something like a Toyota Prius, can easily do up to 30 kilometers or higher just on battery power alone for short periods of time. In terms of the handling, braking and acceleration, it's a little disappointment. It just isn't as fast as some hybrids from the Japanese competitors. Braking is also lacking a little bit, but then again, nothing to be really too overly concerned about. So the Malibu, I would say, is adequate, not exactly excellent, but adequate and competent enough for everyday driving, whatever the situation. And so to fuel economy, the Chevrolet Malibu Hybrid delivers the following figures: 7.9 on the city and 5.8 highway, that's per 100 liters. And now, does it achieve it? Well, that's entirely up to your driving style, not really up to the car. There are so many variables, but if you do drive prudently, it's no real deal to achieve those kind of figures, in my opinion. So when you come to a stop at the traffic lights like now, the engine cuts off, everything goes completely dead. Then once you press the accelerator, everything starts up again. But in the meantime, it's the battery which is powering all the air conditioning and the electrics and what have you. Now, put my foot on again, it starts up instantly. That's what hybrid motoring is all about. Nothing to it. So it's a mixed review for the Chevrolet Malibu Hybrid. On one hand, it's an extremely adept car, lots of room, lots of space, very good looking as well. But if you're looking for true fuel economy, you'd have to consider a real hybrid. Why GM didn't go all the way and just make it a true hybrid, I still don't know, but the jury's out and it can only get better. I'm Vino Duan for Shifting Gears.